Hello, welcome back to the lecture series on Transport Layer Protocol. In this video, we are going to learn about Connectionless Transport Layer Protocol. So let's look at the agenda. Introduction to Connectionless Protocol would be discussed at the very onset. Then, the most famous and simple User Datagram Protocol, also known as UDP, will be discussed. After that, various UDP ports would be discussed. Then, UDP packet format will be discussed. Introduction to Connectionless Protocol. What is the concept of Connectionless Protocol? The Connectionless Protocol concept is very simple. Since the term connectionless, that means if you have a sender here and a receiver here, and you want to make a communication between the two, you do not need to set up any path. Simply, at the sender end, you have to create the socket, which is an abstraction for communication between the two parties. This socket can be treated as an endpoint of a communication link, or it can also be known as the door. So here at the sending end, we must have a socket, and at the receiving end also, we must have another socket. So after creation of the socket, the sender can send messages. So smaller packets would be sent to the receiving end, and the receiving end, the packets will be received and then processed. And then the messages may be sent back to the sender as per the request of the sender. So this is a very important example of client-server application program where we can use this connectionless protocol. One of the most important connectionless protocols is User Datagram Protocol, also known as UDP. The UDP is used because it is very simple. So this is the major advantage of UDP. It is very simple. If you have smaller sized packets, you can use UDP because you do not need to set up any path. And since this is very simple, overhead is also very less. So these are the advantages of User Datagram Protocol. But there are several disadvantages also. Since this is simple, there is no perfect flow and error control mechanism. There is no sequencing. Sequencing means if you send packets, let's say A, B, C from the sender, it can so happen that at the receiving end, packet B reaches the receiver before packet A comes. So sequencing is not possible also in User Datagram Protocol. So this type of protocol is mainly used when you have a very small packet to send to the receiver and you do not care about the flow control and error control or sequencing. Some of the famous UDP ports are given here. Port number 13 is the daytime protocol, and what it does, it returns the day and time. The client makes a request and the server returns the day and time by running this process. Port number 17 gives the quote protocol. It returns the quote of the day from the server. Port number 19 is charge in. It returns a string of characters as requested by the client to the server. Port number 53 is the name server. It gives the domain name server. It gives back as per the name, it gives back the IP address. Port number 67 is boot PS. It is a server port to download the boot P information. Boot P stands for Bootstrap Protocol and S stands for the server side boot P information. Port number 68 gives boot PC, which is the client port to download the boot P information. C stands for the client. Port number 69 is TFTP, which is a trivial FTP or trivial file transfer protocol. used to get back file. Port number 111 is for RPC or remote procedure call used for terminal network or for remote processes. Port number 123 is used for NTP or Network Terminal Protocol. Port 161 is used for SNMP, which is the Simple Network Management Protocol. Port number 162 is also used for SNMP and it is used for Simple Network Management Protocol and it is for TRAP. Port number 7 is the echo server. It echoes a received datagram to the sender. Port number 9 is the discard protocol. It discards any datagram that is received. Port number 11 is the users protocol. It gives the nature of the active users. Now let's look at the UDP packet format. UDP packet format is very simple in nature. The total UDP length is given as the IP length minus IP headers length because UDP is encapsulated in IP with the IP header. So if you subtract the IP headers length from the IP length, then you get the UDP length. UDP packet format consists of the header part and the data part. You see here the header part consists of 8 bytes of data, and if you consider this, the header part again here can be understood clearly. It consists of the source port number, which is of 16 bits. The destination port number, it is also of 16 bits. Since these are of 16 bits, so we can have ports from 0 through 65,535. The total length is of 16 bits. It consists of the header plus the data part, and the checksum is also of 16 bits. It's mainly used for error checking. To summarize, in this video, we have understood the concept of connectionless protocol. We have understood what is a user datagram protocol. We have understood its advantages as well as disadvantages. We have understood some of the ports of UDP, and we have understood about the UDP packet format. Thank you.